Good morning, Maya A. Arbach. Here's the plan. It's a new work week. Part of the focus is going to switch away from the front of the house to the back. You'll see what I mean shortly. It's all about finishing now. There is still the work on the roof to be put over where the laundry room is, but really it's almost all about painting, skim coating, tiling, grouting. Lots and lots of little bits will be going on today. Sorry, excuse me, future me here. Well, me from an hour or so after I shot the first bit. There is something completely, utterly, totally brand new, and I am so excited. You'll see what I mean very shortly. Okay, you can carry on now. What could possibly go wrong? Monday morning. Prayers are done. It's briefing time, and then get ready to join in. Exercise. Be right back. Here we go.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 4, 3, 1, 2.
Nice slow start.
5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3.
Why me?
No 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7,
Okay.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I think that's Manny's serious look.
5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3,
Who do we
4,
never
5,
pick
6,
on?
7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jogging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump, jump. 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A fine effort this morning. Good job, Elson. This is part of the process every morning. It's the guys getting whatever tools they need and starting to spread out around the house. Here's the least brave prediction I could possibly make. They'll finish this tiling. Once this area is done, they'll switch to the back of the house. Manny's just perusing his site, getting ready for the team to start working again on this laundry roof. Well, clothes drying roof. Elson is grouting again, having finished and I have to say done a beautiful job on the other side of this wall on Jack's balcony. He's now grouting the side facing away from the bedroom. One of the jobs they're going to be working on earlier this week, starting today, is filling in where we've got these ugly gouged holes for the aircon. Now in this particular case, this is the living room. This is going to be changed completely anyway. All of that can be filled in, but in all the other areas where we've got these ducts that have not yet been finished, that's what they'll be working on. I'll try and show you another one. In the dining room, they have filled back in with plaster, but clearly it's not finished. So they'll be going around touching up all of these areas starting today. Looks like Original Rico and Oliver will be the two that are working here on this roof structure. We'll see what develops during the course of today, how close they can get to having something they might actually put a roof on. These are the little wall climbing fig plants that we put in, well, what was that? A couple of months, 3 months ago maybe? They're working. Now, of course, it's going to be a monstrously long process, but really starting to spread out now. And I imagine there's almost an exponential element to this. The bigger they get, the more they can branch out faster. So, it'll be a long time until this wall is covered, but it's working, at least on this wall on the south side of the property. We've still got a lot more we have to plant. We are only an hour or so into the day, and this area of tiling is done. They must have had all of the tiles already cut to size. It was simply a case of slotting them into place, because they've done it, and they have moved. I'll show you where to. They've moved here. It's Tony and Mark working on this new area for tiling. So along the back here, there's another one over to our left by the dirty kitchen. I'll just show you that one. One there, the one they're working on here, one below this window, and then this big area. And there will be something over where those bubblers are, but I don't think it's going to be tiles just there. You'll have to wait and see what that turns out to be. More platforms going up here at the back, just at the back of the patio. Ernie has been putting these together with Resty, and they're going to be working on this, in and around this beam on both sides, mostly on the far side to begin with, but on both sides. Continuing here with whatever sanding, skim coating, and of course painting is required. Also on the patio, Carlito, a new skill for him. He is also now working on grouting. We're in the room that time forgot. This is the home theatre room, and we are about to get a start on something in here. The first thing they will be doing is they're going to put in a riser, a slightly elevated area, because in this room the plan is there will ultimately be 2 rows of seats. And like in any good theatre, you don't want those seats at the same height, you want the ones behind to be a little bit elevated. So that's what they're going to start on here. The riser, if it's according to the plans that I gave them, it'll be 12 inches higher than the rest of the floor. It'll be predominantly a wooden structure, but we'll have to wait and see how they attack this plan. I've given lots of notes to the builder. We'll see what adjustments he's made, and also how he's going to turn it into something real. It's just after lunch, and we'll start here at the back of the house, where tiling is moving on rapidly. And what I really like about this is they haven't done the same kind of pattern and tiles that they did at the front in these highlight areas. They've matched what's up on that balcony. And I think that's a much better solution for here. So already a good part of the section under that window is done, and a start made on this one. Just in case you wanted your fix, skim coating. In the dirty kitchen, something else new. Richard is working on cabinet doors for all these cabinets around here. Here it's not a modular approach, this is a more basic standard cabinet approach. He's already done a test fit of all the doors, and now beginning to make adjustments before they finally get put into place. In the home theatre, the riser area is underway, and They're not using wood as the structure for this. The top surface will be plyboard, but they're using metal. It'll last forever. So we're underway, finally, in here. Something else new today. The Windows guys are back, or at least a few of them are. They're doing general touch-up all around the house, but here we're getting new windows for the storage room at the carport. So this will almost be a sealed off area very soon. And look at this. Oh, what a day so far. Grouted tiles along the front. Oh, that looks sharp. Well, you might not agree. I think that looks really sharp. Once again, the barricades have been erected. I could make my way through there, but I'm going to wait till later. As far as I can tell, with the sudden switch to the home theatre, this structure's kind of been abandoned at the moment. I'm not sure if they're coming back to it later today, this week, or beyond that. I mean, I really don't mind. I'm just happy that the home theatre's underway. But it does look like it's been left alone today. It's coming up towards 4:30. We're not quite there yet. The guys are still working, but it is that time. And once again, back to Megawegger, who said, "Mike, I'm reading a book on anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down." Let's go and see the many things that have been going on this afternoon. This is what's got my juices flowing today. The riser, they have got a lot of the frame in place for that now. So I'm not sure what the next steps are. I suspect there is still more work to be done on that frame, but then we'll have to just go with the flow in terms of what they do next. I'm going to try and show you now a little bit of what the layout of the room will be. Not the design, because I don't have one, but the layout of the room in terms of seats and speakers and the screen and everything else, along with a little bit of software that I used to try and put it all together. So hopefully that all works. I've never used this screen capture software before, so it's going to be at its very simplest form, but hopefully it will give you some idea of what this room will be. Not the final look, as I say, but everything in its place. Hopefully I can get that to work properly. This is the software that I use to try and arrive at the layout. It's from a company called Audio Advice. You can find them online. I'll put a link in the description. And it's a 3D model of whatever home theatre layout you want to prepare. The right side, you put in all of your various configurations, including the size of the room, the number of speakers you want to put in there, the number of seats, for example, the number of rows, and along each row how many seats. And there's a load more details you can put in here. And what it'll end up doing is giving you positions that it suggests for all the speakers. You can do all sorts of fancy looks or different angles, but in the end, it's just going to give you a design which you can save and print out and use that to put together your own home theatre. So I'll show you now what our layout looks like having used this model. So this is what we've got. Screen runs along here. The riser that you saw them starting this morning is just here. So it fills a fairly big area. One row of seats here, one row of seats in front, and then at the front of the room the speakers will sit behind the screen. The ultimate hope is that we will have 7 speakers, the front 3 plus 2 surrounds, roughly in line with the first row of seats, and then 2 at the back. On top of that, 2 subwoofers. At the moment I'm showing them in the corners by the screen, but that might not be the ideal position. We'll play with that at some point. And then these A's you can see are Atmos speakers, so they're in the ceiling speakers. So that's the layout we've got. It's very simple. On here obviously it's only 2D, but that should be enough to give the guys enough to work on, along with a load of other notes that I've given them. Hopefully they can start to put this together. Unfortunately, there's no money for any of the equipment at the moment. That's all going to have to wait. But at least we can frame out the room and get it ready for some future date, if and when there is any money. We have tiles on one section to the left and precisely 93% of the section to the right. Maybe not 93. Not yet finished and not yet started on this one, or the one over by the dirty kitchen, but good start. In the dirty kitchen, I just said to Richard, where's all the doors? And there's still work being done on them. Tomorrow, he thinks, he'll start to actually install them. The Windows crew, still here, putting screens on, putting window locks on, and just generally tidying up all the windows. The modular guys are here as well. So they've been making a little bit more progress here in the main kitchen. There are still some conversations to be had about some of these cabinets, but that is for tomorrow. The storage room at the carport has windows. And that's a nice touch, isn't it? Just a little bit of clean up with a dry paintbrush. That's nice to see. Pride in the work. I was hoping to give you a slightly further back view of the front of the house now with those tiles in place. I'll have to be a little bit more patient. Too many vehicles in the way. On the stairs, we've got the start of our skirting boards that are not skirting boards up the side here. Clearly just a beginning. This is just really more of an outline than anything else, but it has begun. That'll look nice, I think, when it is finished. We also have, on at least some of the doors, this painted door frame has a second coat of paint on it now. Clearly still a lot of clean-up to be done all around the edges, but it's looking considerably better than it was. It wasn't looking terrible before, but it's better now. Elson has again been busy with the grout. So he's grouted all of this side of the wall on the master bedroom balcony. For the regular crew, that is the end of the day. For the modular guys and the glass guys, they're still here. They'll stay until they don't want to stay anymore. But that's it on what was, I feel, an utterly build-delicious day. A home theatre-licious day. Oh, that sounds terrible, can't use that one. But so much going on today, and making a start on that home theatre, oh, that feels nice. Even though I know it might be years before I can ever actually watch a movie in there. Just getting them underway with the build, that's good enough for now. So, I'm not going to keep watching the modular or the glass guys. I think a lot of what the glass guys are doing is not going to be that obvious. It is all really touch up now. But the modular guys, I'll come back and have another look at that tomorrow, because I'm still not happy with the way we're heading. Anyway, that's for tomorrow. Shan't let that spoil what, for me, is a terrific day. See you tomorrow.